Thank you. I'd like to welcome everyone here as well to our future inductees, our future members, and our current members. National Junior Honor Society, National Honor Society is one of the greatest moments and one of the greatest things that I really enjoy out of all the activities that we have here at our school. It definitely demonstrates everyone's work ethic and how hard and that you work in your academics and outside of school as well. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to introduce Emily Peterson, who will come forward to begin the recognition of the seniors.
At this time, we would like to honor the National Honor Society members who will be graduating this year. Each senior will be introduced by a peer and then have a tribute read to them that was written by one of their teachers. The first senior being recognized is Abigail Williams by Ms. Hudinska. Not having grown up and attended school here at OESJ most of her life hasn't slowed her down. Abigail transitioned well to her small community with easy learning spirit. Having also been new to this community, having also been new to this school, Abigail spent many days chatting and learning about life in this small town. Abby is compassionate and loving. Her empathy for others is an extremely special quality. The more time I spend with the senior, the more I hear, I feel bad for, or I wish I could help. Abigail has worked hard in her high school career to be in the top of her class. She's also spent time tutoring other students. Abby, your quick wit, laughter, work ethic, and spontaneity will be greatly missed. Abigail, I wish you nothing but the best in your future endeavors and always remember life in a small town has its perks. The next senior being recognized is Brenda Fredericks by Mrs. White. It takes a lot of ambition and courage to be able to take the leap of faith that you have in order to pursue your career as a chef. Leaving high school a full year early and living away from home is not something many students your age would be able to do. I am beyond impressed with how you took your future into your own hands and have chosen to follow your heart and your dreams. Over the last 4 years, I have watched you grow into a strong, mature, and confident young lady who handles adversity with poise and grace. You are a natural-born leader who others can look to for solutions. I know wholeheartedly that you will soon be dominating your industry and cannot wait to be your first customer. I'm so proud of you and cannot wait to see what your future holds. Would Josie Brundage please come forward for the next senior presentation?
I will be recognizing him this day. If someone were to ask me how to describe you, my response would be to just the right sunshine. Your personality radiates in anything that you are a part of. I will always remember you for your thoughtfulness and how you go out of your way to show your teachers how grateful you are for them. It means more than you know. Having the pleasure of being your teacher and your coach for 3 years has been a great joy. You have grown into a confident, hardworking, and mature young lady who is wise beyond after years. Thank you for being someone who I could always count on, whether it was submitting great academic work, leading on your cheer team, or to make the best and most hilarious comments. You are always dependable, don't ever change. Now it is my turn to cheer for you as you start your journey towards success. Mrs. White. Next, I will be honoring Ashley Engel. I have had the opportunity to work with Ashley for 2 of her high school years. First as a student in pre-geometry, and this year as a student in technical mathematics. Ashley has always completed her assignments on time, and they have always been complete and precise. Her attitude and dedication are her greatest qualities, but it is her sense of humor and outgoing personality that makes her memorable. There has never been a boring day in class when Ashley is there, and I will miss having her as a student. I wish her the best in all of her future endeavors, and she is very deserving of this recognition, Mr. Miles. Will Hannah Johnson please come forward to give the next senior presentation?
I will be reading on behalf of Mrs. Kelly. Eli Battisti. I have had the pleasure of working with Eli since they started here at OESJ in November. Joining a class mid-year during COVID while remote was a challenge, but one that took on and excelled at it. It is not easy to just show up and work, and that is exactly what Eli did. They worked so hard that they are being inducted into National Honor Society as a senior member, a feat that is typically not done. Never one to shy away from a challenge, Eli has pushed themselves to do their best authentic self. I am glad to say that I have known them and happy to say I am proud of all they have accomplished. Keep striving to be your best self and stay true to who you are. Mrs. Kelly. Will Jesse Walworth please come forward to make the next senior presentation?
All right, Travis, get up here, buddy. Wow, where has the time gone? I've had the pleasure of knowing Travis since elementary school. Travis was a very competitive athlete in PE class and sometimes struggled with defeat and loss. He has grown and matured through the years to become a respectable young man. Travis was the youngest kid on the state finalist basketball team a few years ago. He knew that it was necessary for him to put in hard work so he could contribute. He had to learn to listen and work hard and challenge himself to be stronger, better, and more dependable. He put in the work and became not only a better individual basketball player, but a dependable and selfless teammate. It was very rewarding to watch Travis accept this role and grow quickly to find a place on the team with much more experienced players. He did what was asked and became an important part of that team's success. I encourage Travis to use this experience to push himself in his future. With hard work, you can accomplish anything. Remember to not let excuses stand in your way. Fight through the obstacles and you can achieve whatever goal you set for yourself. Best of luck, Coach Brundage. Aiden, you're next, buddy. As a teacher, it's always exciting to have a chance to teach a student a second time around. Watching Aiden grow up from junior high until senior year has been a privilege. His maturity and respect for peers and teachers is something that I'll always remember about him. His quiet humor and ability to go with the flow are two of his best qualities. I am proud of the hard work that he has put in and continues to do so as he plans for his future. I wish him nothing but the best and can't wait to see what he accomplishes. Mrs. Kelly. Will Magdalene and Pellerito please come forward to give the next senior presentation?
Okay, Johnson, please come up. It's hard to sum up all the work and effort Candace has put in during her time at OESJ. Graduating a year early while taking multiple classes for college credit, Candace is not on shy away from hard work. In the classroom, she is always someone I can turn to when I need help finding a classmate, a volunteer for community service, or just anyone willing to read aloud. Candace strives and desire to make her excel. Make her a pleasure to work with as a teacher. Her candid nature and ability to just say how it is always entertaining and will be missed. I look forward to hearing her future successes, and I'm sure she will look for it. Will Anderson Eggleston please come forward to give the next senior presentation?
I'll be introducing Cindy Eggleston. Your infectious smile and outgoing personality lights up any room that you walk in. Your energy and kindness is simply unmatched, and you have the ability to instantly bring joy to those around you. Your strong family values and your caring way for people are truly admirable. Life is all about finding balance, and you have perfected a way about you in which lightheartedness and balance is balanced with hard work and maturity, a trait that makes you extremely likable among peers and teachers alike. It has been a pleasure to watch you grow to such a kind and intelligent young lady. From the soccer field and basketball court to each classroom at OESJ, you have left a memorable imprint from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for all the years of laughter, fun stories, and most of all, for simply being you, Miss White. Also, be celebrating a lot today.
I'll be introducing Madison Shell. From ASA High School, I've observed Maddie mature and excel athletically. Academically, Madison Shell has worked diligently to become one of the top students in her class. She has taken the most demanding courses throughout her high school career and has never backed down from a challenge. She has demonstrated the ability to keep up with the rigors of a tough schedule, produce exemplary work, and is always willing to do what it takes to complete a task. Maddie consistently takes part in making our school community a better place for others, even behind the scenes and unnoticed by others. Even though your attempts were futile in converting me into a fan of whomever TV12 was playing for this week, I know you have a bright future ahead of you. Thank you for taking advanced classes, never backing down, and being your own best competition. Best of luck, Mr. Mosher. Will Ariel Shore please come up and give her senior recognition?
I will be recognizing Alexis Paul. As I'm sure your other teachers, peers, and administrators and family would agree, it has been a pleasure to watch you grow into the young woman that you are today. It takes a big personality and a lot of confidence to be successful in today's world. And we would have no doubt that you are headed on the right path. Continue to hold your head high, always strive to see the positive in situations, and have confidence in yourself as you go into your college years. Since 8th grade, I've gotten to know you on a more personal level, and know you are capable of all these if you set your heart to it. As a student and athlete, you have grown greatly. We all look forward to watching you to do so as you go on to Hartford College and play soccer. From this for here. Will Zach please come up to read the senior recognition?
Will Garrett Little come up on stage? Having just transferred to OESJ senior year, Garrett has been a great addition to the class of 2021. His calm, thoughtful nature is welcomed among his sometimes rowdy peers. In natural academic, Garrett actively participates in his classes and takes on college level work. He is respected by his teachers and classmates alike. I count myself as lucky that I was able to work with Garrett this year, and I have the privilege of being his teacher. I want him to wish the best of luck in his future and with military and beyond. Look forward to hearing of his future successes. Let's go. Will Jesse Watson go on? I've had the privilege of teaching and learning from Jesse Watson in various capacities since the 4th grade. Regardless of his height, he's always possessed a huge heart. His thirst to learn and better himself is only surpassed by his desire to help others. Jesse is a man of integrity, humility, generosity, compassion, and wisdom. His well-rounded skill sets allow him to excel in academics, music, and technology, while also possessing the soft skills of being organized and motivated, and incorporating genuine people skills. Mr. Watson has formerly participated in the concert and marching band, jazz ensemble, leaders, drumlins, golf, and FFA. But his participation skills of composition, peer teaching, technology, and mentoring distinguish him for his peers. His talents and accomplishments are numerous, but his character makes him shine the most. Jesse Watson is a great success due to his parents and guidance. His walk of faith and his personal choices, I look forward to matching your success in full. Margaret Christensen.
So this is Alexis Mumford. Alexis Mumford is the polar opposite of an average person. She's a person who goes above and beyond to be successful in the classroom. She does extra credit, she tries for bonus points, and she does so with punctuality. I can always count on Alexis to encourage her classmates to be as productive as her and to kickstart our mornings. She comes to class, she works diligently, and when she's done, she's spending time on her athletics and building relationships with her friends. Aside from her academics and extracurriculars, I admire Lexi as a human being for her leadership qualities, her confident ambience, and her undenying ability to stand up for what she believes in. You're a unique person, Alexis. I can't wait to see you make your mark on this world. Best regards, Miss B. All right. Next up is Marlon Rue. I have had the privilege of working with Manny for 3 of his high school years. He has been a student in my geometry, pre-calculus, and statistics class. His work has always been thorough, precise, and always done on time. I can honestly say that Manny was always paying attention in class, and it was evident that he would point out one of my mistakes. Manny has always been a role model for other students and is well respected by his peers. I believe that he is destined for success and through his hard work will achieve any goal he pursues. I am proud to have had the opportunity to work with Manny throughout his high school years. I wish him the best and he is deserving of this recognition. Mr. Miles. Will Mason Snell please come forward to read the final senior recognition?
Alright, buddy, stand up. Alright, to Jake for Mr. Miles. I've known Jake for approximately 4 years. First as a geometry student and then a student in pre-calculus. This year, a student in statistics. Jake is a dedicated learner, but always completed his work on time. He's a positive role model and a great influence on his peers. Jake's a conscientious student, and I'm proud to have had the opportunity work with him during his high school years. It is very easy to write comments about an individual who has such great attributes. I only wish he wouldn't let me know every time the Yankees lose. Jake deserves his recognition, and he has earned, and I wish him the best in the future.
That concludes our senior recognition presentation. I would now like to introduce our National Honor Society Vice President, Madison Shell.
I would like to introduce our guest speaker, Mrs. Rogers, our 7th and 8th grade science teacher at OESJ Junior Senior High School. Throughout her time at OESJ, Ms. Rogers has served as advisor to the National Honor Society, among many other titles in our school. This year, Ms. Rogers is retiring, and we'd like to take a moment to thank her for all she has done for us throughout the years. Would the officers please exit the stage and sit in the audience to the left of you?
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Madison, for such an awesome introduction. I do appreciate it. Hello, I am Ms. Rogers. I've taught science here at some version of science for the last 20-some years, and I'm very proud to have said that I've done that. I've enjoyed every single second of it. I would never do a thing over again, and I have students to thank for that. I have all of you sitting there in those seats having achieved, right? Your achievement has helped me in my achievement and my dreams. And I think that tonight, I would like to talk about 3 things really that are important to me, and I think important just in general. And having to do with reflecting, I would like to start with reflection. So for all of you scholars sitting there, you are reflecting in one way in particular, thinking to yourselves, whoa, I did it, we got to the end. It is May, almost June. If you're a senior, your stuff is almost in place, right? Your paperwork is there. Some of you are hearing back from colleges. Some of you heard back from colleges already. And that is an amazing accomplishment just in itself. You've gotten to that point. I'm reflecting as well. This is my last year as a teacher. I have to think to myself, hey, what's happening next? What kind of thing's gonna come my way? And what am I gonna do when it gets there, right? And so my first point, my first thing to talk to you about, I think, is the most important thing, and that's our attitude, right? How do we feel about the things coming at us? Is it something that I can be like, whoa, yes, I got this, right? You're playing catch, I catch it, you're throwing it back. I catch it, you're throwing it back, right? Equations come at you, you solve them, you throw them back. Just a little math humor there. So the attitude that you have about things that come toward you in your life is the one thing that you can control. You have 100% control over your attitude, right? I can have my attitude is typically one of accepting of things. I'm not one to really fight things coming my way. And I'm going to keep that in mind as I go forward after this final goal for me, which is retirement. And seniors, your attitudes. What is your attitude like about going forward? Hopefully, it's wide-ranging. Hopefully, it encompasses things and you bring them in and you feel it out in a way that makes a positive attitude, right? I can be accepting. There's a word that I would like to use that is really, really important, both now for the underclassmen And for your seniors, heading forward is about willingness. If your attitude is of willingness, it's that, yeah, I'll take the chance, I'll give it a try. I'm going to give you a quote from someone that made a very good point, saying the expert in anything was once a beginner. Right? So I have an attitude of I'm going to accomplish. If I accomplish, then I know that it's going to go my way. And so I keep open about that, and I keep positive about that, and I'm willing to take in what's heading my way. Seniors, you have to accomplish that, right? You have to get in there and be like, oh, so I've got things coming my way. Some things I know are coming my way, some things I don't know. So how you deal with that is going to make a difference. So I'm feeling like attitude is a very, very important thing to bring forward with you. And creating that accepting attitude. And part of being in National Honor Society and Junior Honor Society is keeping up that attitude of willingness. You know, keeping up those grades until you don't have to anymore. That means all the whole time. So your willingness and your attitude is really, really very important. The second thing that I think is so extremely important is about moving your feet in some words. So I tend to be a sporty kind of person, and now that my knees are better, I can move my feet even more. Once those doors open, seniors, you gotta move your feet. You gotta know where you're going. You have got to be willing to trot down that path and get there. If you don't move your feet, you kind of get stuck in a spot. You know, and sometimes when we're stuck in that spot, we can generate some fear. Sometimes fear comes from not taking your action. So if we generate fear while you sit, then we can overcome that fear by taking that action. You can want to do something all you want, right? But if you don't move your feet and get out there and actually do it, you can only say that, geez, I really wanted to do that. But you have to get it done. So you gotta move your feet. Those doors are gonna open. 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th graders, those doors are gonna open. 11th graders especially, colleges are gonna start popping up in your mind. You should be already looking now. Or if not colleges, that pathway. Sometimes the pathway doesn't have to include college. It needs to sometimes include the step, whatever step that is that you need to get there. You gotta see it, be able to step on it, go. Imagine with all your mind, believe with all your heart, and achieve with all your soul. Okay, so taking action and moving your feet is really gonna go far for you. The last thing I would like to talk about is that piece of hope, right? That thing that we look forward to sort of inspiring us. And for all you poetry lovers out there, I have a favorite one. This is an Emily Dickinson poem that I think is really important. It's something that you need to keep in the back of your minds constantly, right? And that is the idea of hope. So I'm going to leave you with this Emily Dickinson poem. For those of you who think you never need poetry in your lives, you do. Okay? Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without words and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm that could have bashed the little bird that kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity it asked a crumb of me. So I want you to think about that a little bit when you're out there trying to figure out your action and you're moving your feet. Keep up the hope, because it'll get you through. It's always there. I appreciate all of the time that I have been able to spend with you students, especially up on this stage. We have made amazing memories. Some of them, hopefully, will stay with you for a long time. I know my memories of you will. So again, thank you, National Honor Society, Junior Honor Society, parents, students, school, for being so awesome. It's been great. Rogers out.
Thank you, Mrs. Rogers. You'll be missed. At this time, I'd like to introduce Tammy Battisti, National Honor Society Secretary.
Would all the officers please come back on stage? Scholarship, service, leadership, and character. These are the pillars upon which the National Honor and Junior Honor Society is based. The center candle on the table in front of you represents the Honor Society torch, the light of knowledge. The other 4 candles represent scholarship, service, leadership, and character. Our Junior Honor Society officers will now review these qualities held in high esteem by the National Honor Society. Emma Schmidt, President of our National Junior Honor Society, would you please come forward?
Scholarship means a commitment to learning. A student is willing to spend hours in reading and study, knowing the lasting benefits of cultivating learning. We should continue to learn even when formal education has ended, for education ends only with the end of life. Knowledge is the one great element in life which leads to the highest success, and it can be acquired in only one way, through diligence and effort. Learning furnishes the lamp by which we read past, and the light is illuminates the future. Candidates have the charge to continually expand the world to the opportunities to care and scholarship. Ms. Moreau, our Junior Vice President, will now talk about service. My pillar is service. Service can be described in various ways. In the routine of the day's work, many opportunities arise to help others. Willingness to work for the benefit of those in need without monetary compensation or without recognition is the quality we seek in our membership. We are committed to the idea of volunteering our time and abilities to the creation of a better tomorrow. Kendra Breeden, our junior treasurer, will now speak of leadership.
Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school. In taking the initiative in class and school activities, the real leader strives to train and aid others to attain the same objectives. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interest for the interest of others. A leader has self-confidence and will go forward when others hesitate. No matter what power and resources may exist in a country, they are ineffectual without the guidance of a wise leader. Leadership is always needed. Thus, to lead in a substantive charge to each of our members, Sydney Heffner, our Junior Secretary, will speak in character. Character is a force within each individual which distinguishes that person from others. It gives each one individuality. It is that without which no one can respect oneself, nor hope to attain the respect of others. It is a force of character which guides one through life, and when once developed, grows steadily. Character is achieved and nor received. It is the product of constant action, daily striving to make the right choice. The problem of character is the problem of self-control.
We must be in reality what we wish will appear to others. By demonstrating such qualities as respect, responsibility, trustworthiness, fairness, caring, and citizenship, we may hope to prove by example that we value character. I now like to welcome the Honor Society Treasurer, Alexis Duncan.
All right, guys, please repeat after me. Instant. 10th graders, inductees, juniors, and high. All right, repeat after me. Ready? I pledge myself to uphold. The high purposes of the National Honor Society. To which I have been selected. Striving in every way. By word and deed. To make its ideals. The ideals of my school. And of my life. Would Mr. Warren, Jacob Snell, Emma Jo Schmidtman please come forward to present the new members' certificates? You guys can sit.
All right, when you hear your name, come up and get your certificate. Bella Case. Hannah Christensen. Aiden Glue. Jay Dagger. Anderson Evelson. Ariel Hughes. Jasmine Leach. Carolyn Latrobe. Abigail Miller. Sydney Shaw. Kirsten Schwartz. Natasha Benoit. Ariel Shore. Eli Battisti. And Garrett Love.
selecting for the juniors. When names called, please roll up and grab your certificate. First up is Tyler Barnes. Next is Kale Brownell. Zachary Brownell. Elena Burke. Hayden Christensen. Sophia Christensen. Hadley Purnell. Dominic Douglas. Julia Elwood. Bailey Fink. Callie Hazard. Kaylee Harris. Raylan Hirschberger. Zoe Jones. Devin Leibowitz. Kaden Moyer. Paige Randall. Sean Linoden. Chris Schmidtman. Desiree Sharkey. Maggie Sheldon.
Brooklyn Smith. Logan Snow. Sadie Snow. Brooke Trumbull. Will Brundage. Kenneth Calvers. Sam Johnson. Kendall Brzezowski. Zachary Young. Brianna Battisti. Blake Berman. Ava McNeil. Tahir Leto. Talia Leto. Melanie Kumara. And finally, Jordan Dillino.
Please join me in congratulating our new National Honor Society members. Good afternoon. Let me begin by saying it is truly my privilege just to be here today. As a principal, there are two key events each year that I always particularly look forward to. They are the kinds of moments that motivate and inspire me. The Of course, graduation is the most exciting because it is the capstone of all our work together. The National Honor Society induction may be a close second to that. It's a time when we get to recognize and identify as a community that values and honors education those students among us who are leading the way. The opportunity to share a few thoughts with you makes it all more special. Thank you again to the officers of NHS for the invitation. I would like to extend my thanks to all of you for joining us here for the 2021 induction ceremony for the OESJ chapter of the National Honor Society. It is a great pleasure to have you here to experience this significant event. Its significance is felt by each of the students, families, and educators involved in today's ceremony. The group assembled today reminds us of high priority OESJ places on the values of the National Honor Society and its members. I would also offer my appreciation to Mrs. Kelly and Mrs. Battisti for their leadership and dedication to the National Honor Society and Junior Honor Society and to our students. They have committed many hours and much thought to their work with these students. This is a large, talented, and capable group of young adults. It is no small task to marshal such an organization, and I know that they do so with passion and deep concern for the long-term success and well-being of the students in their care. I'm sure you can imagine the amount of work that goes on behind the scenes. Further, I'd like to thank the faculty councils for both National Honors and Junior Honor Society for their help determining those eligible for new membership. As I thought about this occasion, I reflected back to the story that I shared previously with the National Junior Honor Society. It was about my mother using the phrase on me and my sister to encourage us to stop doing certain behaviors. She used to take whatever the behavior was and say, this blank is going to become your middle name, whenever it would suit her. As we got older and our personalities and individual qualities began to show themselves, she would just insert whatever characteristics she thought defined her behaviors and say things like, you know, I think procrastination is going to be your middle name. It was a perfect figure of speech because it could be used as a pride reminder that whatever unseemly characteristic we were displaying needed to be adjusted. There is significance to the middle name of the organization to which our students are being inducted, the National Honor Society. I further explained that all the new inductees would have a new middle name now, Honor. The Constitution of the National Honor Society explains the 4 pillars exactly this way. The purpose of the NHS is to create enthusiasm for scholarship, to stimulate a desire to render service, to promote leadership, and to develop character in students of secondary schools. Scholarship, service, leadership, and character. All very lofty ideals. When these are found together in one person's makeup, we take notice. During one of my football coaching seasons, I shared the poem If by Rudyard Kipling with all of my players. The poem is a father defining for his son the qualities of a good man. He is setting parameters and boundaries for his son and giving him a goal to achieve. This is a didactic poem that teaches a lesson about life. I believe these are the lessons we can all learn, not just as a father teaching his son about manhood. Each stanza supports the ideals of the National Honor Society. In the first stanza, it reads, if you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself, all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait, not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. To be a leader, you have to be confident about the decisions you make and take responsibility for those decisions. You must be patient with others that cannot take responsibility for themselves and react negatively. You must be patient and not reduce yourself to their levels. However, you must never think you are above anyone else. The second one. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster, and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by names to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build them up with worn-out tools. To be scholarly, you must be able to dream. However, don't allow those dreams to control your life. It is healthy to think, but it's even healthier to put your thoughts into action. You will face many challenges and tragedies in life. Don't take them too seriously because they are not the substance of life. They are the extremes. You must also pick yourself up if you have made a mistake and rebuild yourself with everything that you have. Third standard. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss, if you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. Character means not to be afraid to take risks and possibly lose everything. If by chance everything is lost, just start all over from the beginning. When you're tired and exhausted and your body feels like it can't continue on, use your mind and your will to tell yourself to preserve and push through. The last one. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose a common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and which is more, you'll be a man, my son. Service means people can depend on you, but you can't allow others to become dependent upon you. You can work with large groups of people, yet not allow them to influence your belief in what is wrong, right, moral, or immoral. You must be able to walk with those in power, yet not forget the needs of others who are less fortunate. You need to know yourself and your beliefs so well that neither your friends nor your enemies can hurt you, because you know who you are and what you stand for. Today, a special group of students who are part of the OESJ National Honor Society have gathered and admitted another esteemed group of students to their number. The inductees have been recognized as exhibiting the characteristics that have just been outlined in the poem, If. We are not saying that students are perfect. We know that the most we can ask and expect of any human is that he or she aspire. But this is why we have gathered today, to recognize these individuals' aspirations and accomplishments and encourage them to continue to lead us in aspiring for the highest ideals. Parents, grandparents, and other family members and friends, you too have a share of this recognition tonight for the role that you played in the lives of these students. I congratulate you on all you have done to instill the importance of these qualities, and I encourage you to continue to do all you can to support them as they become the next generation of leaders worthy of honor. I would like to extend my sincere congratulations to each of the OESJ National Honor Society and Junior Honor Society members. You are to be commended for your accomplishments. I also offer my congratulations to those students who have been welcomed into the Honor Society this evening. Your induction is a very real recognition of your contribution to our community and school. We are acknowledging that you are leaders in this recognition. Be reminded, with honor comes responsibility. We will hold you to a higher standard because you have proven yourself worthy of that standard. If you are mindful of the fact that character and service are the foundation of what makes you a leader, if you understand it is not solely based on scholarship, If you take responsibility to be the embodiment of these values seriously, as your advisor and fellow students have, no doubt, I explained to you, our school district believes that as your character becomes evident, the other members of our school will follow your lead. So, if people are watching, lead us well. If people are not watching, lead us well. The world is yours. Go find it and be good people. Thank you all for coming this afternoon.